Christmas Eve, snow falling hard. Two children standing under a glowing tree believing they belong. But in one sentence, their own grandmother erased them. No shouting, no fight. Just quiet cruelty, spoken so easily it broke a little girl's heart. This is not a story about money. It's about what happens when a mother finally chooses her children and stops protecting the people who never protected them. Stay with me because what she did next changed everything. 80 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Snow slammed against my windshield as I turned into my parents' driveway, the wipers struggling to keep up. The house looked like something out of a holiday commercial, perfect and glowing. Their Christmas tree burned bright through the front window, gold lights blinking steadily, promising warmth, generosity, love. All the things I still hope my kids would feel tonight. In the back seat, excitement buzzed. Laya, 7, sat upright, gripping the glitter-covered card she'd made for Grandma like it was treasure. She'd spent hours on it, carefully gluing stars, rewriting words so they were just right. Evan, 5, hugged his stuffed fox and leaned forward between the seats. Santa comes here too, right? He whispered, like it was a secret that could break if spoken too loudly. Of course, I said, smiling even though something tight twisted in my chest. Inside, cinnamon and pine hit us instantly. The smell of tradition, of childhood, of a family that used to feel safe. My mother's hug was quick, one arm barely touching my back. My father lifted his glass in a brief nod, already halfway into his drink. My sister Kara was stretched across the couch, perfectly relaxed, wine glass dangling from her fingers. Her daughter June was already at the tree, ripping into presents like time was running out. Wrapping paper flew everywhere. A tablet lit up June's face. Then headphones. She didn't look up. Not once. Laya skipped toward the tree. Eyes shining, shoes squeaking on the floor. She gently tugged my mother's sleeve. Grandma, she asked, bright and polite. Where are ours? The room went quiet, not shocked. Not awkward, intentional. My mother didn't look at Laya. Her eyes slid past the tree, past me, toward the adults watching. Your children aren't important enough for gifts this year, she said flatly, like a door being slammed. Evan's face collapsed instantly. His lip trembled. Then the sound broke free, raw, loud, helpless. Laya froze. Her card bent in her fist. Tears rose silently, spilling over without a sound. Kara smiled, seriously. She said lightly, why waste money on kids without a dad? Evan's sobbing filled the room. Laya's tears finally fell, slow and steady. No one moved. The carols kept playing, cheerful and cruel, insisting the world was merry. I dropped to my knees and pulled them into my arms, feeling their small bodies shake against me. I swallowed every word that wanted to beg, explain, or plead. Then I stood up and walked toward the hallway. I walked down the hallway toward the coat closet, my steps slow and steady, like I was afraid a sudden movement might shatter what little control I had left. Behind me, Evan's sobs echoed through the house, sharp and accusing. Laya stayed silent now, the kind of quiet that hurt worse. I slipped my phone from my pocket. My favorites list opened automatically. One name sat at the top, untouched for months. Ria. Trust office. I had saved it for emergencies. I just hadn't realized this would be the one. My thumb hovered over the screen. I could feel the living room waiting, my mother bracing for a lecture. Kara expecting me to fold, my father assuming this would pass like everything else. I pressed call. It rang once. Sadie, Ria answered. I'm here. I turned and walked back into the living room so everyone could hear. Evan's crying had faded into hiccups against my shoulder. Laya clutched my wrist tightly. Like if she let go, she might fall apart. I lifted the phone. Cancel every transfer. Now. The fire popped loudly, the only sound in the sudden silence. Ria didn't pause. All outgoing distributions. Yes, I said. All of them. My parents. Kara's. My mother's head snapped up. What are you talking about? She demanded. Effective immediately, I added. My father froze, his drink halfway to his mouth. What transfers? He asked, but his eyes already knew. I opened my banking app and stepped forward, holding out the screen. Line after line of payments filled it. Roof repairs, furnace replacements, tax bills, medical expenses, June's tuition. Month after month, year after year, all paid from the trust. I said quietly. The one my husband set up for Laya and Evan. I'm the trustee. My mother's mouth opened, then closed. We thought it was help, she whispered. It was, I replied. Mine. Kara jumped to her feet, wine sloshing over the rim of her glass. You can't do this. June's school depends on that money. I looked at her calm and unmoved. Tell June what you told my children, I said. That some kids matter more than others. Ria's voice came through the phone again, crisp and professional. I'll send written confirmation within 48 hours. Do it, I said, and ended the call. My mother reached for my arm. I stepped back, slipped Leia's crumpled glitter card into my coat pocket, and looked down at my kids. Put your shoes on, I said softly. We're leaving. And without another word, I led them toward the door. The storm swallowed us the moment we stepped outside. Snow whipped sideways, stinging my face as I buckled the kids into the car. The porch light behind us shrank until it was just a blur, then nothing at all. I didn't look back. The drive home was slow and silent except for the wipers fighting the whiteout. Evan fell asleep first, his cheek pressed into his stuffed fox, hiccups fading into soft breaths. Laya stayed awake, staring at the glitter stuck to her fingers like she was afraid it might disappear. At home, I peeled off wet coats, set the kettle on, and moved through the kitchen on instinct. Cocoa steamed in their mugs. Marshmallows floated. I opened my laptop at the table while they warmed their hands. Raya's email was already there. Transfers stopped. Notices prepared. Effective immediately. I didn't feel triumphant. I felt tired. But I kept moving, because grief always leaves a taste behind, and tonight my children needed sweetness more than justice. At 20:17 a.m., I logged into the bank portal again. The reverse mortgage renewal stared back at me, the one I'd signed years ago to keep my parents in that house. One click to decline. A warning flashed balance due. Foreclosure timeline begins. I clicked proceed. My hand didn't shake until after. Christmas morning, my phone lit up like an alarm I couldn't turn off. My mother sobbing. My father shouting. Kara pleading for June. I silenced it, turned the screen face down, and pulled the stockings from where I'd hidden them behind the laundry basket. Evan squealed when he saw the Lego set. Laya laughed as a snow globe spilled glitter across the table, catching the light. Then she looked up at me, her voice small. Are we still loved? I knelt and brushed her hair back. More than anything, I said, and meant it so hard it hurt. By New Year's, the messages turned angry. By March, a thin envelope arrived, apologies written in shaky ink, promises that sounded desperate, requests to see the kids just once. I read it on the porch while Leia and Evan built a crooked snowman in the yard. I felt nothing that required an answer. That night, we hung Leia's glitter card on our own tree, right in the center. The house smelled like cocoa and quiet. And for the first time in a long while it felt like peace. People think walking away is weakness. It's not. Sometimes strength looks like holding your child while they cry, closing a door that keeps hurting you, and choosing peace over blood. That night, I didn't just leave a house. I left behind the lie that love has to be earned. If this story moved you even a little, remember this. The family that protects you is the one worth keeping.